Hello and welcome back to the New England Ore Model Railway. In this video I'll be reviewing this Lima Class 52. I purchased this locomotive a couple of months ago from Lord and Butler for an excellent price of £39.95. Lima locomotives are pretty much my favourite diesels, and this sure to be as good as the other Lima's diesels I got in my collection. Now it's time to take this model out of the box and onto the turntable to see the beautiful details up close and personal. Here it is on the turntable, the Lima Class 52. It's an exceptionally beautiful locomotive despite the fact that it's 45 years old. It is still an incredible bargain for the price I have paid for it. And it is also a very powerful locomotive. In a moment, after we've done the details, we'll be going down to the track where I'll be showing off the strength of this locomotive by showing how I clean my layout before each review, which I use a track cleaning wagon. Not many of my locomotives are capable of hauling it around each part of the layout. Even more bigger and more expensive locomotives, such as the Acura Scale Class 37 and the Batman Class 37, are unable to bring the cleaning wagon around all the radiuses of my layout. But this locomotive, despite the fact that it's old, is able to do it with ease. It's just a mind-blowing locomotive. Now we'll get a little bit more closer so we can see the finer details more clearly. And here we are more closer up to the locomotive. Despite that there's no extra parts fitted to this model and all the details are part of the moulding, it is well represented here. The cab, the door, the handrails are beautifully done. The vents, the nameplate unfortunately isn't as good as I would wish it, but I have gotten some nameplates for this locomotive from Fox Transfers, so they'll be more cleaner and crisper. But it's still a good locomotive anyway, despite that. The British Railway insignia is beautifully applied here. And on the roof, the vents are just a beautiful sight to behold. Turning the locomotive round so you can see the ends, which I only will be showing one end of the locomotive because the details are the same on both sides. The yellow on the front is beautifully applied, as well as the silver on the window frames. The route number is beautifully and crisp on its application. The danger signs here and here, as well as its handrail, point out nicely, and its lighting here is very beautiful. Now, with that done, we'll be going down to the track for me to demonstrate the power of the Lima Class 52. Here it is, my Lima Class 52. Before we do the running session, I thought it would be a great idea to show off how strong this mighty little Lima Class 52 is. This is my track cleaner from Gauge Master, which I use this to maintain the track of my layout. It does a pretty excellent job of cleaning the track. Not many of my model locomotives are capable of pulling this wagon around the layout, but this mighty Lima Class 52 has beaten them all. Even younger and more expensive models, such as the Acura Scale Class 37 and the Batman Class 37, yes, they are powerful enough to pull it, but they don't have the ability to go around each radius of the layout. But now, with further ado, it's time to show off how powerful this Lima Class 52 can be. As it goes around the track, it shows effortlessly on how strong it can be. It is truly a sight, truly a stunning locomotive and worthy. Now, with that little demonstration nice and done, it's time to tell the history of the Class 52. Class 52s was built between 1961 and 1964, with a total of 74 locomotives built, which each locomotive was given a two-word name, with the first being known as Western, which led to one of their nicknames was Restons. Their other two nicknames were Rizzos and Thousands. In the early days of these locomotives in operation in the western region, they had some tiny bugs problems with their engines, but soon was ironed out, which the locomotive became a very popular locomotive with drivers, where it was pretty much a mainline express locomotive as well as freight. Unfortunately, these locomotives didn't really have much time to show their true potential, with withdrawals beginning between 1973 and 1977. Because of that, BR wanted to standardize all their diesels, which, it being hydraulic, they wanted to withdraw them, and as well with Western Gladiator, which this one is, was sadly withdrawn and scrapped in the 1974. So the Lima Class 52s sadly are more older than the original ones ever were. Now it's time to go down to the track and show what Western Gladiator here is capable of doing. Here it is, the Class 52, ready to show us what it's made of. For this running session, I thought it would be an excellent idea to have some old school diesels running around. For this running session, I thought the Class 52 would be excellent with a milk wagon and some Great Western coaches, which match up with this locomotive quite nicely. Following this locomotive on its running session is this, the Lima Class 42, with some Great Western coaches. And on the third line, we have a Hornby Class 29 with some Western coaches. I thought the green suits the Class 29 beautifully. Now, it's time to let these locomotives show us what they have made of. A beautiful running session truly proves how spectacular the Lima diesels can be, especially this Class 52. I may have owned it in not much time, but it truly is a spectacular locomotive, easy to find on places like eBay or in good model shops, and for incredible prices. I would heavily recommend anyone to buy one of these locomotives because it can pretty much go through all radiuses on almost any layout, and with it easily capable of pulling the track cleaning wagon around, it would be just a waste of time not to have a layout with run on. With its strength and capabilities, you can maintain a layout with ease with one of these. Truly a spectacular locomotive. That concludes my review of the Lima Class 52. If you enjoyed the video, please share a like and subscribe if you haven't to the Lone Ranger Motoring channel. If you have any ideas for the future, please leave a comment because I do read all of the comments and reply to all of them. Because any ideas for the future could be an excellent idea. Thank you very much for your time and have a good one.